My name's Amber. I'm the acting teacher here at Richard Taunton's. I teach on the single acting course, and I also teach the acting components on the 2 performing arts / musical theatre courses we run. So I have been teaching here at Richard Taunton's for the last 3 years, and prior to that I've been in various other colleges teaching drama and acting, and I've been a teacher for 12 years now. Previous to my teaching career, I did study acting and drama and theatre at university, and I have also done professional acting myself, created theatre companies, for example, and performed locally. And currently I'm starting up again with my own theatre making, writing a play and devising a play, as well as performing in radio plays and other productions around Southampton and Winchester. So I'm very much active in the field of acting myself, and I thoroughly enjoy it, and I hope to impart some of that knowledge and enthusiasm for the subject onto you guys. So what we're going to do is talk about the course to see if it's right for you, and if you have any questions about it, you can either take part in the question and answer session online with us on the open evening, or you can email me and I will give you my email address at the end of this presentation. As a basic overview of the course, it is a 2-year course. It's a single slot on the timetable, which means you can study it alongside another 2 courses. It's predominantly coursework based, and you're assessed mainly on rehearsals and participation in workshops and performances. You also have to do an element of written work, which is a kind of logbook or a rehearsal diary or a journal, where you evaluate and analyse the work you've been doing in class. There is an external exam set by the exam board in year 1. After Christmas in year 1, you will be given a stimulus and you'll have to devise a piece of theatre from scratch, and you have to write a logbook for that, and that will all be assessed by the exam board. But all of the other units you do over the 2 years are assessed by me. You need to have at least 5 grade 4 GCSEs or above, including English language, but you do not have to have studied drama or performing arts at school to be able to get onto this course. We have plenty of students who have joined the course who have no experience actually in acting. So if that's you, do not worry. So what I've listed here are the main kind of elements of the course, the main units that you'll study. So topics 1 and 2 and 3 you will study in year 1, and topics 4 and 5 you will be studying in year 2. So acting styles you will look at with me in the first term of year 1, and I introduce you to a range of different acting styles, such as naturalism. You may have heard of the practitioner called Konstantin Stanislavski. He was a Russian, and he basically developed a style of actor training which helps to train actors to perform in naturalistic plays, which means using emotions and characters and dialogue that reflects real life. So it's the kind of acting that you might see in a film, for example. So we look at him, Stanislavski, and his style, which was naturalism. We also look at Bertolt Brecht, a German practitioner who had developed a style of theatre that was more political in nature and aimed to educate the society and his audiences. And finally, for topic 1, we look at physical theatre, we look at mime techniques, we look at movement, we look at companies called Frantic Assembly, Deviate, which are more dance-based physical theatre, but we also look at more theatre-based, which is people like Steven Berkoff, where they have a very strong mime element. So in topic 1, you will basically study all 3 styles and those practitioners, and then you'll produce 3 mini performances of naturalism, physical theatre and political theatre. So topic 2 then, devised theatre. After Christmas, that's the unit where you get given the brief from the exam board, and you have to create a piece of theatre from scratch. You perform it and you have to evaluate it through a logbook. Towards the end of the first year, we will be looking at improvisation. So you get to develop skills in being spontaneous, being funny, or being quite serious with your improvisation. If you're like me and some of my other students, you might be quite nervous about doing something involving improvisation where you're just put on the spot to make up a scene. I encourage all of you to learn confidence with these skills, and so many of our students have made great progress with that. So please don't let it put you off if you know that you're not strong with improvisation, because you will be by the end of the course. And it will help you build confidence as well. And then in year 2, we look at film and TV acting. So basically you get given, we look at comedy scenes, and we look at more serious, dramatic kind of film-based acting. You get to perform 2 little pieces mainly in pairs, doing a duologue. You get to learn the technical aspect of how to act to camera, but also the more creative aspect on how you can characterize and bring emotion to the fore for things like close-ups. So that's always a good fun unit that the students love. And then finally in year 2, you will perform in a full production of a play, which I will direct. And we take that production out into the community, into an actual professional theatre space for you to perform in, and we sell tickets, and your friends and family can come, and it's a kind of a culmination of all of the skills you've developed. So it's like a final showcase of that. So that's an overview of the practical side of it. And as I say, there will be logbooks that accompany those units, and there will be the odd research report that you have to do, or a research presentation, but nothing too trying. I would say these are some of the main skills that you will develop. You will be developing line learning skills. So if you've struggled with that in the past, that is something we look at. We look at different techniques for that. Also, audition technique is something I forgot to mention. You do prepare monologues, a classical Shakespearean monologue and a contemporary monologue, and you learn how to perform those in a kind of audition setting. So we look at developing your voice, your movement, your characterization skills, and how you can convey a strong character in a 1 to 2 minute long speech. Also, just general stage and screen acting skills you're going to be learning. All of the skills in this course are related to acting only. You don't do dance or singing. And so we're looking at developing all of your skills within different kinds of venues or locations in which you would perform. So either on a film location or on the stage. We've looked at street theatre performance before. We've looked at different kinds of immersive theatre styles where the audience are involved in the performance. So you learn how to adapt your skills to different settings like that. Characterization, of course, you learn how to create and sustain a character in performance and engage the audience so that they get lost in that world of the character. And imagination is a key tool that we will be developing, which is, without your use of imagination, it's pretty impossible to perform an act and convince an audience that you are a real person on stage. So we'll be looking at that alongside, obviously, confidence. You'll be developing communication skills, collaboration skills, listening skills, spatial awareness skills, working as a team. So there's so much to learn that not only can be applied to in the industry, but also can be transferred into other careers and industries if you wish. There are a number of enrichment opportunities. So basically every year with the performing arts students, we put on an annual musical. However, I would encourage the actors to come along and audition to play either an acting part as part of the chorus, or even if you like to do technical theatre at all, you can help support behind the scenes and developing ideas for example, things like costume, lighting, sound, etc. We also try to run theatre trips. At the moment, that's quite tricky, obviously, with the current situation. But we have lots of, we have subscriptions to different live streaming companies. So, for example, Digital Theatre, and also Drama Online and the National Theatre Collection, etc. So even if we can't go and visit actual live theatre, there's lots of performances that we can watch. Additionally, we have industry-led workshops. So in November every year, we have an industry week, we call it, whereby we invite actual professional actors, directors, any type of performer, or, for example, casting directors or stage combat teachers, etc. They come in and they teach you valuable skills, and you get to practice in an area that you might not usually practice in because it's not something we offer you on the course itself. So, for example, this year we're looking to bring in a director to teach students how to direct. Also looking into bringing in a cruise ship performer, because some of our students would like to, especially the performing arts students, would like to be a cruise ship performer one day. We also bring in theatre companies to perform for you as well. So there's lots of enrichment opportunities to get involved in. So many of our students have progressed on to other universities and drama schools and have been successful in auditions. So this year just gone, for example, we had a number of students who managed to be awarded a place at some top drama schools, so like Guildford School of Acting, for example. We had a couple of students accepted there. Italia Conti is another drama school that we've had students accepted at. Chichester University is often a popular choice for our students, but there are many other drama schools and universities that we introduce you to. So if you are considering continuing on either in a university or drama school, we can help prepare you with that, with audition pieces, for example. And yeah, of course, there are a number of career options involved, such as being an actor, director, a theatre critic. So you do learn how to analyse and evaluate live theatre, which in its essence is part of the role of a theatre critic. Drama therapist as well. We do a lot of work that involves like visualisation, which can be transferred well into the role of a drama therapist. Obviously, a drama teacher is always an option. Playwrights, in the devising units, you get the opportunity to write plays, to write the script itself. A dramaturg, which is kind of goes hand in hand with a playwright. A dramaturg is somebody who looks at the kind of social, cultural, historical context of the play and checks that the director and the actors are conveying that accurately to an audience. And also jobs like an acting coach, which is slightly different to a drama teacher, in that you might be working out in the professional field. You might be called in to work with children, for example, to coach them in film and TV. As part of that, there is another role which is like an intimacy coach. And that means that you can coach people on the set of film sets in terms of how to perform intimate scenes that maybe involves kissing between characters in a safe and ethical way where personal boundaries are maintained and respected. So there's lots of really interesting careers that this course can lead you towards within the field of performing arts. However, this course also is really suitable in developing communication skills and performance skills generally that can be used in other careers, such as law, for example. So sometimes our students do study law alongside acting, but also other courses that go really well with acting are things like sociology. History can play a part as well, because often a lot of the plays we study may come from historical periods, and so that can be interesting to research those areas of history. So English language is another subject that goes really well with this. Performing arts teams up very well with this course as well. So it is a course that is an all-rounder, really. We cover elements of history, elements of sociology, psychology we cover within the course when we analyse characters and their motivations, for example. So there's a lot of crossover here that could benefit those types of courses also. So hopefully you like the sound of this course. If you have got any questions about anything I've said or anything else, please do get in touch. That's my email address there. Also, of course, there's the website where you can find a PDF overview of the course in a little bit more detail. But yeah, if there is anything else, do get in touch. Sometimes people want to know how big the classes are. So our classes range from 8 to like 14 people. And you study for 5 hours a week. And yeah, I think that's everything. Okay, so hope to meet you guys one day. Get in touch if you need to. Thanks very much for listening.